So I recently came back from the US, facilitating a talk over there and promoting my book, Align Shift Chaos into Clarity and Calm. I was specifically speaking a lot about having less clutter and getting more clarity in life, as it was geared towards the tiny home owners and the tiny home builders in the US. And it's really interesting to have conversations after with the people that came about how they have been dealing with the clutter, with the chaos, and the stress that they have been experiencing, and how they found certain aspects of my talk really inspiring to spur them on in their journey and needing to deal with the clutter that it has been waiting in their backyards and their storage and whatnot. But I think we all came to this fundamental understanding. Clearing and creating space is so important before you bring in the renewal of energies, opportunities, having that right mindset, and even how you're going to posture your heart, right? How are you going to feel about the whole experience of it? You have to be prepared and willing and ready to be able to take on that challenge, put it that way. And knowing that you have created the space, you know that whatever new that comes in is going to hold. There is a lot more that could come through your door when you have cleared the space. We all need this sense of clarity in our vision and our purpose, but also maintaining that sense of openness to all the newness that could come through after that. And this is a very important phase because um, this is where some people trip up, and that sense of newness becomes this discomforting feeling, especially if you feel like you're resistant to change. It could feel like, a chair is being pulled out of you, and you might feel really a little bit lost or disconnected or disoriented for a moment. And I would say that's completely normal. You just have to understand that that's part of the process. And this moment gives you this opportunity to do the work, to really get clear into what is really important for you, and, how are you going to craft your life forward. Take it like a blank canvas to be able to reset your values, your priorities, and imagine you could redo your life in a way that you want. How would that look like? How could that feel like? How could that sense like, in all of the different areas of life? Now take a look at the world is in chaos. And I love to have this in conversations, and it's also in my book, that whatever that's happening in the outside world, it's going to mirror our inner world. Whatever chaos that's happening outside, it could mirror your internal chaos. So just take this opportunity now to notice how the external and the internal shifts are affecting you in all ways, big or small, and to know that what you have buried, denied, or resist will surface and show itself for its own reckoning and release. Not to torture you, that's something important to understand, or re-traumatizing you for the sake of re-traumatizing you, but I feel that your subconscious, in your own heart, in your own spirit and soul, would know it's time for you to face it, and gathering the courage and the strength to really understand the root issues around it and find your own ways, whether is it working with a therapist, talking to a friend, going for self-care workshops, to unearth these things and be able to safely resolve the issues in a very supportive environment. And all of these helps you to get into a place of long-term sustainable calm for your nervous system. I would say regulating your nervous system is like the most important skill of this time moving forward. A strong anchor through the sense of acceptance into the situations you are in. Bring in more love, more empathy, And even forgiveness. Forgiveness, I feel it's a really big, big aspect to incorporate within your journey in anything at all, especially towards difficult situations, difficult people you're dealing with. Forgiveness is this, it's like a key for turning around a lot of things and to really get into that deeper transformational sense of healing in your life. Having that ability to cultivate a deeper relationship with your heart, to get your answers from the heart, it's so much more important now, more than the answers of your mind. Your mind can trick you a lot. The mind can trick you into many layers of thinking. Even sometimes you think that it is your heart, it might just be your mind. And there are so many ways to really get into your heart center. But heart centered living is also the key to be in writing the seasons to come. So chill if you need to chill, rage on, and let all the emotions out if you need to, hopefully in a healthy manner. And even celebrate all the joys of just all the fun things that you are experiencing, that you are spending some good time with friends, family, loved ones, and just enjoy and savor every moment while honoring all the mixture of emotions that you might be feeling. And the core message and energetic essence in my own book, Aligned, is really the contribution of my own voice, my own message, and lived experiences in how I want to show up to the world and contributing to the shift that's happening towards the world that we're living in now. We're entering, or we have been experiencing, a phenomenal shift, and to be witnessing this in our lifetimes, it's phenomenal. So before we could make meaningful contribution and shift to help the world, we first need to look at the way we are living within our own lives. So really it starts with our own self, the way we feel, the way we are, how well embodied we are in the way that we want to be, being in our own frequency, being you, just in the sense of being, right? Be the change that you want to see in the world. Starts with yourself. If you want to see more empathy between people, are you practicing and feeling the empathy for yourself and others first? That's like an example. So before I leave, I just want to share, if you want to know a little bit deeper into my book, Align, what is it all about, I'm going to leave a link below so that you could download and just read it in your own time. And if you are needing some sense of support during this time, if you're going through a chaotic time, if you need some help in dealing with your physical, mental, emotional, spiritual clutter of all sense, I'm here. I have a one-on-one Align and Begin session that we can work together in uncovering what's keeping you stuck or overwhelmed, touching on the very first phase of awareness. And you leave with a blueprint and a summary of what we talked about, and a whole list of practical guidances, tools, and strategies that you can immediately apply to experience some meaningful shifts in your life. So, till the next time, take care and stay grounded.